Hello and welcome back to another Chris McPherson Show live Watchalong NRL Round 18. The round's coming to a close. It is the Knights up against the Dolphins. Really looking forward to this one. It's a battle for a top four berth. There's plenty on the line between these two sides. We're just minutes away from kickoff. We'll get into it shortly. Great to have you tuning in. Jump into those comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who's going to get this one done. And as always, make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel if you enjoy the content. I'd love to see you back here again for another one of our live watch-alongs in the coming days, weeks, and months. But we are moments away from kickoff. I'll take a run in a moment through the two squads. A few changes for the Dolphins, it's fair to say. A couple of small changes with origin and outs for the Knights. Not quite as many as the Dolphins, certainly. They've been hammered with injury and suspension and origin, so there's plenty of changes there. This one coming to you from McDonald Jones Stadium. So good to have you with us. Make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel. Let's take a look at these two starting lists. We'll start with the Newcastle Knights side, and at fullback is Fletcher Sharp. On the wings, Dom Young and Greg Margie. The centres, Dane Gagai and Fletcher Hunt. Sandon Smith is at 5'8", Dylan Brown at a halfback. Obviously no Kalen Ponga or Bradman Best. Jacob Safidi, the captain, up front. Into the starting lineup for Trey Mooney is Cody Hopwood in jersey 16. Phoenix Crossland will be at hooker. The back row, Dylan Lucas, Jermaine McEwen and Matt Croker. Then the bench in 14, Harrison Graham. 15, Tyson Frizzell. 17, Tom Kent. 18, Lachlan Crouch. 19 is Francis Manulelilua. And 20 is Kyle McCarthy. They're coached by Justin Holbrook. For the Dolphins, the visitors, they look like as follows. At fullback is Trey Fuller. On the wing, Jermaine Asako and Jake Avarillo. Jermaine Asako and Tavita Nafahu. The centres, Jake Avarillo and Herbie Farnworth. 5'8" is Cody Nikrima. Halfback, Brad Schneider. Front row is Felice Kafusi and Francis Molo. The back row, Connolly Lemuelu. Kulikefu Finafuaki and Morgan Knowles. Jeremy Marshall King at hooker. The bench, the Junkyard Dog, Kurt Donahue. Tom Gilbert in 15. In 17 is Brian Puunui. 18, Sebastian Sewer. 19, John Finian Ganafo. And 20 is Sam Elliott, and they're coached by Christian Wolf. And there we are, the two sides. They're making their way out. The Dolphins in their away strip, predominantly white torso. The red chest strip and the gold trim. Felice Kafusi, the captain, leads them out. Herbie Farnworth will be one of the go-tos. He's the strike centre of the competition. Let's see what he can conjure and create for this Dolphins side. As I said, for the Dolphins, Hemiso Tabuai Fido, Jack Bostock, Max Plath, Selwyn Cobbo and Thomas Flegler, all in origin. Zach Katoa out of action, as we know. Ray Stone as well. Jacob Safidi leads the Knights down the tunnel. Now home sheds at the northern end of McDonald Jones Stadium. Now they come. And they head to that northern end of the surface here. Lachlan Crouch holds his spot on the bench. Fletcher Sharp into the one jersey in the absence of Kalen Ponga. Fletcher Hunt slots into the centres. And it gives them a new look. Back to what they were early in the season for a little point there. Fletcher Sharp, 7 tries in 13 games this season. The flying mullet from Cessnock certainly adds value to this Knights side. Unfortunately, this could have been the battle of the Safidi brothers. And the retirement of Daniel Safidi due to injury did kibosh that. But these two teams, as I say, fighting for a top 4 berth at the end of round 18. Dolphins sit in fourth. If the Knights get the win, they will leapfrog them. A win for the Dolphins would ensconce themselves in that top four and actually lift them up to third. They'd leapfrog the Roosters unless they manage to win by 38 or more, in which case they would jump up to second. So here goes Felice Kafusi as we're underway. They work it forward now, the Dolphins. Up over their 30. Conley Lemuelu. Trey Fullen takes a run. Now they go back on tackle 5. They kick long into the corner. Sharps across and takes it on the full and drives his way back, and he'll be taken down 8 in from touch, 25 out from the line. Now they go to the bus, as he's known, Greg Marzu, up over the 30, reversing backwards. Dylan Lucas in for Origin 2, out for Origin 3. Didn't get the call for New South Wales for the series decider. And go across now, Dylan Brown. He pushes the ball wide. There's Cody Hopwood. Town is the next big thing. I think we've seen this much hype around a middle forward coming through the Knights out of the Newcastle and surrounding regions junior system since their current captain and his twin brother. They go to the short side here, and Dylan Brown kicks from just outside the attacking 40. 6 more was played out there. The ball goes out the back door, and it's dived on by Matt Croker. I think Dane Gagai, who that fell in the breadbasket of after the deflection, knew that it was a 6 more, and he got the panic pass out. But the Knights played 18 out from the line, 15 in from touch on the right edge. Now Jacob Safidi drives it forward, 12 out just to the right of the uprights. Phoenix crossing it at dummy half. He goes across to Sandon Smith, who gives it on for Hopwood. He's dragged down 6 out from the line, just to the left of the post now. They come back centre field with Matt Croker, and he's coughed it up. Phoenix crossing, trying to appeal for something there, but Trey Fuller's jumped on the ball and run it out to the 10, and that's where the Dolphins will start this set on tackle 0. Now, a good run from Jake Averillo. Almost got to the outside of Fletcher Hunt, but brought down with the help of Dylan Lucas. Now, they continue to work forward here. This time, Jermaine Asako bouncing forward across the turf of McDonald Jones Stadium. He's brought down 26 out. They keep just channeling in behind the ruck here. This time it's Tavita Nafahu. Now they push through the middle with Morgan Knowles, the Englishman. They get out of dummy half with Marshall King. Felice Kafusi up over halfway. He'll play it 7 metres into the attacking half. Centre field on tackle 5. Schneider will kick to the air. All taken there by Greg Marzu. Little dummy to Fletcher Sharp as he drifts across field, and he's met by a host of Dolphins jumpers led by Cody Nikorima and Morgan Knowles. Now Dom Young carves his way out of their defensive red zone. Chopped in half by Knowles along with Connolly Lemuelu. Knights appeal for a penalty there after a very slow ruck. Dane Gagai drives forward, hits Marshall King, Nikorima and Lemuelu. Now they work forward here, bouncing it out and away is Jermaine McEwen. Gets it out past the 40. Blue skies, but plenty of rain on the radar for Newcastle at the moment as Dylan Lucas pokes his head through the line and over halfway. He's brought down on tackle 5. 20 in from touch on the left edge. 5 into attacking half. Sandon Smith goes to the air. Taken on the full there by Jermaine Asako. Gives it back across centre field to Trey Fuller. He's dragged down 23 out from his line. 13 in from touch. Jermaine Asako, a little bobble there as he saw Matt Croker shooting across, trying to blindside him. Managed to hang on, and he's dragged down on the 30-metre line by Hopwood. Now they work it in with the left winger, Tavita Nafahu. Bouncing forward now. Looking to get the offload away is Toby Farnworth. He's 3 metres short of halfway on tackle 4, just to the left of centre field. Now the ball dropped back underneath for Francis Molo. I'll go to Schneider on tackle 5. He kicks just over halfway, goes high to the air. Fletcher Hunt drifting back, takes that on the full. Sandon Smith tracks back. He'll get it wider. Away from the ruck for Greg Marzu. Marzu straightens it up and he'll play it now. 25 out from the line, 15 in from touch. Now Hunt takes another gallop. up and over the 30-metre line just. Great to have you all tuning in. Jump into those comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Make sure to hit like on the video as well. Get involved in the conversation. Let us know who you're cheering for, who's going to get the job done, who will get the 2 points today, and who finishes the round in the top 4. The Knights go forward now. Hopwood driving up. He'll play it on halfway on tackle 5. Goes right to Brown. He kicks long and high. As Nafahu brings it back. Appeals for a penalty for a high tackle. Not coming. Trey Fuller now driving forward. The diminutive fullback runs into the shoulder of Safidi. Almost 6 minutes gone here. Only one error so far in 7 sets from the two sides. The Knights 3 from 4 completions. The Dolphins 3 from 3. Mary Marshall King gets out of dummy half, gives it onto the right to Brad Schneider, who takes a little run. He's brought down tackle 4 on the 40. 18 in from touch on that right edge. Now they swing it across centre field. Marshall King onto Nicarima. Trey Fuller. Chopped from behind by Dylan Brown, and Dane Gagai drags him down just over halfway on tackle 5. Nicarima will go to the air here. Racing across, Sharp takes it, and he's dragged down by the ankles by Tavita Nafahu. Now, Brown gives it out of dummy half to Dom Young, who met by Felice Kafusi and a couple of others. Now they work it forward through the captain in Jacob Safidi. He's pumping the legs after the initial contact and will play it almost on the 40-metre line. 22 in from touch on the right edge. Sandon Smith pokes his nose through the line after no runners presented when he got the ball at first receiver. Almost up to halfway now. Let's tackle 4. Brown, short ball at the line. A Seasider. Going for the Knights. Paleka is going for the Finn. So we've got a split base. Fletcher Hunt takes this, gets the offload away. But the pass has gone forward, says the referee. That was dangerous there on tackle 5. They let Hunt contest that ball. Jermaine Asako just didn't really get off the ground, and Hunt hard done by with it being called forward. But nonetheless, here we are. The Fahu now takes it out. He'll play it on tackle 2. 28 out from his line, just the right of centre field. Now Farmworth marching forward. Croker. Brown wrapping him up, drag him to ground. 36 out from the line. They're just channeling through the middle of the field here. Lemuelu takes a run here. There they go. Schneider back inside of Molo. Schneider now goes to the air on tackle 5. Fletcher Hunt's going to let that bounce across the sideline just short of the corner post. All the way from P&G. Great to have you on. We always love seeing our P&G fans. Make sure to hit like on the video. If you're enjoying the call, make sure to hit subscribe on the channel as well. So the Knights will bring this centre field and have a play the ball on their 10-metre line. Croker plays it. Brown gives it on now for Dom Young, who drives his way forward. Hey, Colin, you're on the Knights bandwagon today. Good stuff, mate. Dane Gagai loses the ball here. It's been called a knock on by Wyatt Raymond. Gagai doesn't seem too enthusiastic to challenge. It's wrapped up by Molo and Finafuaki. A mistake for the Knights inside their own red zone. Opportunity here for the Dolphins. Just over 9 minutes gone in the first half. Dolphins are going to take this scrum all the way over to the right-hand edge. 10 in from touch. 24 out from the line. Marshall King in at lock. He picks it up. Sends it to Schneider. He's got Nicarima out the back, and that's where he goes. Nicarima's got Fuller out the back again. They go that sweeping play, and Dom Young covers across. Tavita Nafahu can't get around him, so he pulls up, although the surface at McDonald Jones is not looking great. You can see him catching the surface. Nicarima at first receiver. Gives it on for Lemuelu now. He's wrapped up by Crossland and 2 others. McEwen's one of those. Plays it 6 out from the line. 14 in from touch on the left edge. Morgan Knowles, little show and go for Felice Kafusi. Dylan Lucas isn't falling for that one. Tackle 3. 5 out from the line in line with the right upright. Ball goes to ground. Knock on from, what are we going to say here? Both ways. Which way first? That's going to be the question. I'm going to say it was knocked down by the Knights. The Knights are going to challenge this. So captain's challenge just over 10 minutes gone. Early time to take your chances. That would have been a fresh set for Dolphins in the Knights red zone here if they are unsuccessful. Or had they not challenged, it would have been the same. Brad Schneider sends the pass. So the challenge is successful, but it's still going to be defence down here because there's a penalty for tackling the play without the ball. So sometimes you get more than what you bargained for, I guess, with your captain's challenge. So they'll keep the captain's challenge, but the Dolphins, 10.5 minutes gone, will go on the attack here. Francis Molo takes the first one forward. Hopwood locks in on the ball. Phoenix Crossland's up high. Matt Croker down low. He'll play it 2 metres out from the line, right in line with the black dot. Marshall King sweeps back. Schneider dropping Lemuelu underneath. Lemuelu driving the legs towards the line, wrapped up by McEwen and Dylan Brown. He'll end up playing it 6 in from touch, 5 out from the line. Tries to milk a 6 more, doesn't get it. Nicarima just drifting gently across, gives it to Knowles. The Knights will need to slide here, numbers to their left. They come back centre field, Molo driving towards the line. He's brought down right in line with the left upright, 2.5 metres out. Great to have you all tuning in as they go across now to Schneider. Schneider to the outside. Avarillo. Fletcher Hunt rides him to ground. 3 metres in from touch. 4 out from the line on the right edge now and tackle 5. They drop it back to Schneider, who'll kick from 16 out from the line. He floats it across. Farnworth gets up for it. The knock on from Farnworth, and Dane Gagai picks up the crumbs. And that'll be well defended by the Knights. Great to have you all tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit like on the video. Doesn't cost much or take much effort, and it helps us to grow our platform. And if you're enjoying it, obviously get involved in the comments and or hit subscribe. Why not do both? Dom Young driving forward here. He'll play it 23 out from the line, just to the right of centre field. Matt Croker punches through the middle, up over the 30, picks up about 9 metres. He'll play it 32 out. Crossland gives it now to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown engages at the line. Gagai skipping to the outside, looking to get the ball to Dom Young. He's brought down on halfway on tackle 4. 4 metres in from touch on the right edge. Dom Young at dummy half goes to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown on for Hopwood. He picks up about 4 metres in the end. That'll be tackle 5. They'll play it 4 metres into the attacking half. Brown will go to the air. Puts it up high, sending it back, trying to test out Trey Fuller. Fuller reads it well and takes it well, and he's eventually dragged down by a cover tackle from Sandon Smith here. Plays it 15 out from the line. Gives it on now. Azarko to play. Drives forward to the 20. Hey, Advent, good to see you back. Watching from PNG again. Always good to see familiar names in the chat. Now the Dolphins work it forward. Finifawaki will play it. He'll play it 36 out from his line. Jeremy Marshall King goes out for a little scoot. Gets the ball back to Schneider with an offload. Now Molo. Molo just passes it indiscriminately, not really to anyone. Farnworth has to track back and get it. Now McEwen gets hands to him but can't drag him down. Eventually Croker does and take him over the top. He's holding his knee here, Herbie Farnworth. Will be tackle 5 at this stage, 42 out from the line. Jacob Safidi having some sort of issue as well. He comes from the field. Tyson Frizzell out there now. That'll be tackle 5, 42 out from the line, centre field. Schneider kicks from just on his 40. Found on the 4 by Marzu. Swings it over now. Fletcher Sharp skipping back towards the line. Runs into Molo. And a couple of others. Molo, Knowles and Marshall King. He'll play it on the 20-metre line just to the left of centre field. Greg Marzu comes into contact, pumps the legs as he is hit there by the 2 front rowers in Kafusi, Molo, and alongside them, Lemuelu. They keep coming to this right edge. McEwen driving the legs. Brought down by Nicarima. Only tackle 3. They keep coming the short side. Dylan Brown now ducks ahead, burrows into the line. He's brought down a metre short of halfway. Herbie Farmworth dragging him forward as he tries to steal the ball one-on-one. Frizzell on now. Sandon Smith. Fletcher Sharp trying to drive his way through the line. Schneider. Avarillo drag him down with the help of Osako, and he'll play it on tackle 5. 8 metres in to opposition territory. Sandon Smith kicks through. Leaves it short for Trey Fuller. And look at the chase. Dylan Brown just gets down to Fuller as he catches it and chops him low around the hips. And Afahu comes there, wrapped up by Croker. It's a good quick ruck, though, putting Herbie Farmworth on the front foot. Farmworth decides to drift across field. Hey, Kelly Tucky, how are you? Great to have you with us. Let us know where you're watching from. Always interesting with our PNG fans to know what part of PNG you're in. Such a wonderful and diverse country for its size. As Schneider gives a short ball there to Finafawaki. Runs into the right shoulder of Tyson Frizzell. That was some physical contact. Both came out of it a little worse for wear. They'll kick here from halfway on the blind side. Brad Schneider goes high. Good to have you, Kelly. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for getting involved in the conversation. Who's your team? Let us know. Now Fletcher Hunt bouncing forward here. He'll play just over the 30 on tackle 2. Now across, Dylan Brown. Dom Young skips to the outside of Farnworth. Comes back inside Nafahu and crawls his way forward almost to halfway on tackle 3. Now, Dane Gagai has to almost push Jermaine McEwen out of the way, looking for options. Bumps off Felice Kafusi, goes again. Picks up another 9 or 10 metres and he'll play it 35 out from the line on tackle 4. To the right of centre field. They come across here now. Sandon Smith out for Sharp, dropping a runner back underneath. Dylan Lucas just steams through, then skips past Trey Fuller. And 16 minutes gone. Dylan Lucas says, you don't want to remember me for Origin, Laurie? That's okay. I'll get the opening try here instead. Lucas, 4 points. The Knights hit the lead 4 points to 0 with a kick to come. Beautiful work there. He steamed through a gap between Finafawaki and Felice Kafusi. Great start for the Knights. Second time they've really been down pushing this red zone. Well done. Good line and shape from Dylan Lucas just against the drifting line. Kafusi didn't drift hard. Finafawaki did, and it created a nice hole. Dylan Lucas on a bit of a try-scoring streak at the moment. That makes it 5 by my maths in the last 4 games. The Knights draw first blood on their home turf. Now kick to come here still. Hello, Cumbrian. Good to see you again. I had assumed that you'd be in the UK based on that name. Sandon Smith makes no mistake, adds the extras. 6 points to 0. 17.5 minutes gone. And the Dolphins get us back underway here. cracking start to a game of rugby league. Two top four sides. Jacob Safidi has been told has been ruled out for the remainder of the clash with a hamstring injury. So the Knights down their captain, but they do have the lead early. Greg Marziu now taking it forward on tackle 3. Runs in at Molo and Kafusi, and they try to drag him down. He just keeps reversing for more metres, Marziu. Eventually called held, 33 out from the line on tackle 3, and then Tyson Frizzell has just coughed it up, put it down as he went to tear forward into the defence. A little ahead of himself and just spilt his lollies. Great. Exactly, Colin. Hello. We love having our PNG NRL fans here. Can't wait for the Chiefs. Can't wait for the Bears as well. Colin, over your way. I did get that right, didn't I? As the Dolphins now start this set and work their way straight up into the attacking half. Avarillo will play it 26 out from the line, 2 in from touch on the right edge. They come to Schneider back across now. And it'll be played by Finafawaki, 20 in from touch, 16 out from the line. Knowles goes forward, Schneider out the back now, Nikarima. They look for the cutout ball for Nafahu here. Dylan Brown is going to come in and wrap him up with Dane Gagai. That'll be tackle 3. 13 out from the line, 8 in from touch, left edge. They're going side to side. Schneider drops Lemuelu back underneath. Connolly Lemuelu will play it now. 5 from the line. 17 in from touch, left edge. Marshall King to Knowles, little dummy to Schneider. He's wrapped up quickly. Lucas in there alongside Croker. That's tackle 5. Schneider floats the kick out wide. Jermaine Asako takes it, but also ends up about 5 rows back. Did he go out in the field of play, or did he go out touch in goal is the question. Went straight over the corner post, so jump from the field of play, so goes touch in goal. That's where he landed, so that's where they're going to give it. So a 20-metre restart for the Knights. Marzi takes the first, and he'll be tackled on tackle 0. 28 out from his line. Now Frizzell goes forward. He's brought down 34 out from the line. Working it out of their own end here. Dylan Lucas, the try scorer. Picks up about 12 metres. He's 4 metres short of halfway. 15 in from touch on the left edge. Fletcher Sharp scoots out a dummy half. He'll pick up another 10 or so metres. Gets an offload away. The referee says, no, you are held. Take it back and play it. Plays it back now, Crossland to Croker. He had Hopwood with him, but decided to do it all himself. He's wrapped up there. 2 defenders led by Francis Molo. That's tackle 5. 35 out from the line, and Sandon Smith goes to the air here. It's allowed to bounce. Fletcher Hunt bats it back. Dylan Lucas grubbers through. Cody Nikarima dives on it and manages to hang on just inside the field of play as Dylan Brown dives on him on tackle 1. Knights get up here, putting the pressure on Jermaine Asako. They drive him back. He's 2 metres out from his line. I'll be tackle 2 here. At a time their runs here, the Knights. The Fahu runs into the left shoulder of Jermaine McEwen. A couple of others join the party. Cody Hopwood's one of those, and he plays it 10 out from the line. Now Kafusi. He'll play it 14 out from the line. That's tackle 4, though. Good defensive intent from the Knights here. Work it one more. As Knowles takes it forward and is wrapped up by Crossland, Frizzell and Hopwood. Tackle 5, 22 out from the line. They go to Nikarima. They decide to try their hand. Farnworth gets it out to Nafahu. He's going to kick back inside. Little chip kick. And it goes out in the full. Right idea. Wrong execution. Almost 22 minutes gone. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to jump down and hit like on the video. It really helps us to continue to grow our platform. And of course, if you love your rugby league and other sports, make sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm trying to hit the 1600 mark this week. Now getting closer and closer with each stream that we do, but just 15 more subscribers. So we'd love it if you jumped on board. As now the Knights go forward here. Greg Marziu will take it up to halfway on tackle 2. He'll play it. Phoenix Crossland. Now they drop it back underneath from Croker to Frizzell. Can't get him to ground here. Knowles and Molo. Sandon Smith takes a little snipe and is eventually wrapped up by Morgan Knowles. He'll play it 34 out from the line. Crossland Dylan Brown. Fletcher Sharp skips inside one. Can't get back outside the next. And Finifawaki holds on for dear life on tackle 5. 18 out from the line. 14 in from touch on the left side. Dylan Brown floats the kick up. Looking for Dom Young. Instead, it's knocked on. And lands from the hands of Tavita Nafahu to Cody Nikarima. That'll be offside for the Dolphins, I think you'll find here. And I think they'll go with the knock-on from the in-goal and call that as a goal line dropout. And Jermaine Asako will be the man to take it, so rather than a penalty for offside, because while you can't be offside in your in-goal, you can be offside in the field of play. Asako goes wide and deep, and it's taken by Dylan Brown, who gives it off to Cody Hopwood, who bounces infield, goes past Morgan Knowles. Jeremy Marshall-King jumps on his back for a ride and takes him forward to the 30, where he's brought to ground centre field. Crossland goes to the left. And it's dropped by Smith underneath for Frizzell. Nice little drop line there for Frizzell, almost up to the 20. He'll play it 22 out. 18 in from touch left side. Sandon Smith drifting across field. Out the back to Dylan Brown. Sends Jermaine McEwen back through. One of the Dolphins lost their footing and did just enough as they slid to ground to clip him, and Trey Fuller dives on him. 6 more, says the referee. 3 out from the line. They go to the left. Sandon Smith. Frizzell brings it back towards the middle. He's brought down in line with the right upright. 7 metres from the line on tackle 1. Now they'll go across to the right. Smith decides no, we'll go back to the left. Sorry, Brown decides no, we'll go back to the left. Smith now drops to Lucas. He burrows his way forward with Molo on his back. Marshall-King jumping in, and Tom Gilbert out there now, and he'll play it on tackle 2. 4 out from the line to the left of the upright. And Smith out the back. Dylan Brown bats it on. Fletcher Sharp has to pick it up as it bobbles along the ground. Tries to drive forward. He's wrapped up by Cody Nikarima and a couple more on tackle 3. 14 out from the line. 18 in from touch on the right edge. Dylan Brown sends Cody Hopwood straight through the middle. He's brought down in line with the right upright. 5 out from the line. Now they come to the right. They floated across Gagai for Dom Young. Dom Young back inside. I don't know where Fletcher Sharp appeared from, but he somehow caught that flick pass. Sandon Smith looking for runners. Gives it to Dane Gagai. Gagai bounces back through the middle. He's eventually dragged down by Molo. 8 out from the line, in line with the right upright again on tackle 5. They go to the right now. A left throw with Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown grubbers it in behind. Trey Fuller dives on it, 1.5 metres into the field of play. That was frenetic. 25 and a bit minutes gone. Great to have you tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit like on the video. Jump into the comments as well and let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. As Jermaine Asako tries to skip through the line here, but he's held onto by the bootlaces by Tyson Frizzell. Now they're on the front foot, the Dolphins. Gilbert will now play it just short of the 30-metre line on tackle 4. They work it further across. It's Donahue out there now for the Dolphins. He'll play it on tackle 5 just short of the 40. Schneider will kick it from 38 out from the line. Marzu takes it on the full. Looks to swing it to Sharp. Decides better of it. Goes back down and just channels that short side. Smith in at dummy half. They start this at 35 out. Hunt drives in behind the ruck. He'll play this 43 from the line. 13 in from touch on the left edge. Now Fletcher Sharp drives himself all the way up to and just over halfway. He'll play it here on tackle 3 in the attacking half. Croker with a tip on now. That looks like Crouch out there. Second change for the Knights. Now Croker. It'll show at the line for Frizzell. Frizzell throws a bounce pass behind him, and it's picked up by Morgan Knowles, who gives it off to Avarillo, who skips past Fletcher Hunt. Well, Dylan Lucas slides across and drags into ground just short of halfway on tackle 1. He's 3 metres in from touch and 2 metres short of halfway. Trey Fuller will go forward. 13 minutes remaining till half-time. Fuller beats 1, can't beat Crossland. Phoenix Crossland drags him down with Tyson Frizzell's help. He'll play it on the 40-metre line, attacking side of halfway. Now Gilbert hit and spin. He's wrapped up by young Crouch, though. They come to the left with Nikarima, dropping Farmworth back underneath. Crouch and Frizzell wrap him up and drag him straight to ground. 30 out from the line. That'll be 6 more for offside inside the 10 metres. So this will be tackle 1 coming. Dolphins will play it 20 out from the line. Donahue plays it. They go to Schneider. Finifawaki barreling forward, knocking a few Knights players like 10 pins. Plays it 9 out from the line, just to the right of centre field. Donahue, Schneider, Nicarima. Gives it on Farnworth. Bounces out of the tackle of Dylan Brown. Skips back towards centre field where he's chopped down by Croker, Crossland and Crouch. Sounds like a law firm, that one. Then Donahue. First receiver on for Schneider. Fuller. Avarillo trying to drive his way through. He's brought down about a metre short, maybe less from the line. That'll be tackle 5. He's 11 in from touch on the right edge. Schneider will grubber it in behind, and it's picked up by Croker, who looked up, saw some space, and realised it was going to close very quickly on him, and he'll play it tackle 1, 9 out from the line. And Dane Gagai plays it, still 9 out from the line. Greg Marzu skipping forward, driving his way forward. Bouncing out of a couple of tackles, almost up to the 20 there. He bumped off Sebastian Sewer. Sewer comes again. I find it hard to believe he was onside there, to be fair, but the referee says he was. He was square at marker. Now Gagai, they push across here. Dylan Lucas brought down on tackle 4, just short of the 20. Matt Croker's going off for a breather. Now Gagai drives his way into contact. Avarillo, Marshall King, and Finifawaki. That's tackle 5, not quite at the 30. Sandon Smith gives it off to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown runs long and then kicks longer. It's taken back inside the 20 by Nafahu. He runs straight into Jermaine McEwen, who chops him down. Just over 10 minutes remaining till half-time. The Knights still clinging to the 1-try lead. Great to have you all tuning in, guys. Jump into those comments. Let us know. What are your takeaways from the round of footy? What were the biggest surprises for you? Broncos were very disappointing last night against the Sharks. It's the Dolphins now swinging out the back. Goes to ground. Nicarima dives on it. They wanted 6 more. They're not getting it, though. It was just an errant pass. It's tackle 5 on the attacking 40. Brad Schneider goes high. Fletcher Sharp takes it. Can't get away from Herbie Farnworth, though. Drags him down 9 out from the line, 3 in from touch. Dolphins starting to get territorially on top, but just need to convert it into a real attacking opportunity. Dom Young here plays it on tackle 2. Harrison Graham out there for the Knights. Gagai pumps it forward. Sebastian Sewer drags him down with the help of Connolly Lemuelu and one other. Finifawaki is the 3rd in there. Now they send Greg Marzu through the middle. Just bouncing forward is the bus and dragged down. Harrison Graham asking questions of his runners. Crossland gives it on now. Working forward is Crouch. He'll play at tackle 5, 36 out from the line. Dylan Brown kicks it inside his 40, taken on the 4 by Jermaine Asako, inside his 30, and he winds up, gets to the outside of Fletcher Hunt, gives it back inside. Shifted on Schneider now for Trey Fuller. Jermaine McEwen shoots out, wraps him up with Harrison Graham. They go back the short side with Finifawaki, and they're up over halfway on tackle 2. Non-stop football at the moment. It's been frantic, frenetic, and action-packed. Sebastian Sewer takes it up over the 40 on tackle 3. He'll play it 38 out from the line, just to the left of centre field. Now Donahue gets it 1 off the ruck, coughs it up there. He wants 6 more. The referee's going to say no, it was a knock-on, Kurt. Just lost it as he was hit by Lucas. One of those ones that sometimes does go either way. Six points to 0. Just under 8 minutes remaining till half time. Been a grind. Good football, though. Good rugby league. Jump into those comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. You know the drill by now. Fletcher Hunt bouncing forward. He's met by Donahue. Seb Sewer on tackle 1. Now Jermaine McEwen barging his way forward into the outside edge. It's a slow ruck again. Wants something there. McEwen doesn't get it. As Sharp is chopped from a shooter in Avarillo, just short of halfway, tackle 3. Graham gets out of dummy half. Frizzell straight through the front door, picks up 12 metres, gets them up inside the 40 on tackle 4. Now Graham gets out of dummy half, does well. The former Dolphin runs in at Kurt Donahue, who was a Knights Pathways junior very early in his career. Was overlooked by them. Dylan Brown goes to the air here, just floats it up dangerously into no man's land. Trey Fuller comes out. Thanks, Dennis. Appreciate that, mate. Bit of flow state. I like that. Come in, you fancy the Dolphins to win the comp. Look, I think both these sides are every bit the top 4. The problem for the Knights is depth. The Dolphins have a little bit more. The Knights now get another set here. So they're tackled 2, 5 out from the line. The 6 mores are punishing the Dolphins. Discipline always a key. 6.5 minutes remaining. Frizzell will play this tackle 3, 5 out from the line in line with the right upright. They go to the left. Grub it in behind, and Dylan Lucas, he just had to put that down, and he's knocked it on in the in goal. It set up so perfectly for him. Dylan Lucas, I was about to chalk him up for a double, and he's left that behind. I don't know how he didn't score there. There was no one near him. It bounced up. And my, oh my. It rolled in the in goal, and he was too quick for the football. Dolphins now played on tackle 2, just short of the 40 with Herbie Farnworth. Lemuelu takes it forward. He's chopped down by McEwen from behind. Crosland and Graham over the top. They go to Donahue at first receiver. He dummies to Sewer. Takes it forward himself. Frizzell and Lucas wrap him up. Schneider now out the back. Nicarima. Nicarima gives it on. Lemuelu. Farnworth back to Nicarima again. Nicarima sits on the ball, and that could well be play on. Got some Dom Young. You're chasing Dom Young for a try there, Colin. Ball rolled into the in goal. Gilbert chasing through. Sharp burns him. Comes back, and Marshall King and Schneider grab hold of him. Did well to evade the racing defender in the in goal. Dom Young gives it on. Marzu pumping the legs. Sewer comes in to complete the tackle. Round the thighs. Now Dom Young decides to go again this set. Marching forward, drags Nicarima and another with him. Trying to crawl his way forward. He'll play it on tackle 3, just short of the 30. No, they get 6 more for a slow ruck. Now Crouch. He'll play it tackle 1. 36 out from his line. 23 in from touch on the left edge. They go the short side here with Lucas. Up to halfway on tackle 2. He's brought down by Tom Gilbert. Now they come across. Sandon Smith, Phoenix Crossland out the back. Dylan Brown to Sharp out the back again. Sharp drifting, jinking, driving his way forward. He's brought down to the end by Farnworth and Nicarima for tackle 4. He's 34 out from the line, 10 in from touch on the right edge. Dylan Brown, second phase. Sandon Smith tucks himself in behind. Gilbert will wrap him up on tackle 4. Now Brown. Hunt gets through, beats 1, beats 2. Brad Schneider's going to hang on to his bootlaces and be dragged over the line. And it's down that right-hand edge of the defence where the Dolphins have looked vulnerable. And again, Fletcher Hunt gets his way through. And the Knights lead 10 points to 0 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining until half-time. There you go, 10 points to 0 it is. The Knights grab one in the shadows of half-time. Fletcher Hunt gets their second. Lucas should have had one only a minute or so ago, a second, but it doesn't matter now. 10 points to 0 with a kick to come. Harrison Graham got out. Dylan Brown just took to the line, and it's just a little bit of hesitation infield. Avarillo not trusting the defenders to do the job as Brown started to shift across, and he just locked his hips in, turned infield a little, and Brown gave that ball into Hunt, who slid in behind him, slicing through the line. And he caught Trey Fuller flat-footed. There wasn't much more to be done. Schneider arrived late and was dragged over the line. 8th try of the season for Fletcher Hunt. The Knights lead 10 points to 0. With just over 2.5 minutes to come until half-time. They had 4-on-4 there, and 3 defenders all hit in on Dylan Brown. 2 crunched, 1 turned. Brown had great eyes for it. Hey, Seasiders, love that. Great to have you all tuning in, guys. Make sure to hit like on the video, those who haven't already. Those who have, thank you, and hit subscribe on the channel. I said, trying to chase that 1,600 subscribers. Plenty of rugby league content coming your way. And plenty of basketball too. We're doing the Australian Boomers versus the Philippines tomorrow night. World Cup qualifiers. A big week for Philippines tennis. Alexandra Ayala knocking out Iga Swiatek last night at Wimbledon. Sandon Smith scrapes this one inside the right upright. Adds another 2 for the Knights with just over 2 minutes till half time. They lead 12 points to 0. Sandon Smith 2 from 2 on the day. Fletcher Hunt, electric, great change of direction. Schneider couldn't do enough to stop him. Sebsura arrived too late. Well, both sides will get at least one more set before half time. Can the Dolphins find enough to pull something off here? They go deep and long. Taken on the full by Dylan Brown. Gives it off to Crouch. His very short NRL career has been quite impressive. Harrison Graham, he's been a great pickup for the Knights as their backup 9. Shows good blue-collar work ethic as Greg Marziu takes this forward. He'll play it on tackle 2, 23 out from the line. Graham comes back centre field. Phoenix Crossland taking a run. The development Phoenix Crossland's gone on in his career. He was a half that no one really rated all that highly when he first came into grade, as Jermaine McEwen does get through, but he gets the ball pulled out one-on-one by Herbie Farnworth here. Farnworth drifting across field at the attacking 40. Now he pushes forward further. That was well telegraphed within the Dolphins team, but no one else except Herbie Farnworth and his teammates knew about it. Got Nicarima out of there, and he just pulled the ball out of Jermaine McEwen's arm. So he plays it on tackle 1 on the 30-metre line, and McEwen makes his feelings felt by chopping in half Tom Gilbert. That's no mean feat. A great shot from McEwen. Now they send Francis Molo, is it? No, that's Finafawaki, sorry, forward. He'll play it 23 out from the line, 10 in from touch on the right edge. They come to Donahue, drops it back to Gilbert. Donahue organising the team, directing them round here. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Donahue, Schneider. On for Cody Nicarima. Nicarima bouncing left, right, wrapped up. Brown, Frizzell, Gagai. Tackle 5, 12 in from touch, 10 out from the line. Schneider will kick crossfield looking for Jermaine Asako, is he? No, Avarillo, but Fletcher Hunt flies higher. Takes it well there, and that'll be tackle 1. 12 out from his line, just 33 seconds remaining. I think the Knights will just want to complete this one and go to half-time with the lead as it is. Marziu drives his way forward, and he's brought down 19 metres out, and he's coughed that up. He's coughed that up. Marziu wants to challenge it. His teammates are saying it's not worth it with 18 seconds on the clock. Dolphins will jog over here, and they'll get one play. And probably good they didn't waste their challenge. Marshall King did crowd him, but as he went to play it, he was already gone. 6 seconds on the clock, so it'll be essentially one play here unless something magical happens. Jermaine Asako defeated. Jeremy Marshall King is at lock. Marshall King just said no to him about maybe a short side play, I would have thought. I'll kick him behind here. Awkward bounce, but Sharp's over there. Happy to be grounded in goal. And that will be half-time. The Knights come out on top at home in the first half. A shutout for the first 40 minutes, which the Newcastle faithful that have braved the cold and the rain in the Hunter today will be absolutely thrilled about. I'll tell you what, there's been some interesting results this weekend when you go through. The Dragons beating the Tigers yesterday. The Sharks beating the Broncos, and then the Eels beating the Sea Eagles today. A few wild results. But let's have a look at the key numbers from this one. Obviously, from a point of view of tries, it was Dylan Lucas getting the first one in the 15th minute, and then Fletcher Hunt in the 36th, and Smith gets both conversions. But in terms of how the cookies crumbled, the Knights have had a little more possession, 53% to 47. 73 completion rate, 73% completion rate. Both teams completed 17 sets. The Knights have had one more. Runs are similar. The Knights have run for an extra nearly 200 metres, though. An extra 100 post-contact metres. And their average set distance is about 6.5 metres further, plus extra kick returns. So that gives you a bit of an idea of where it sits. In terms of defence, it's very tight. Errors, very similar, 8 and 7. One penalty conceded by the Knights, one inside the 10-2 ruck infringements to the Dolphins, and 3 interchanges by the Knights, 2 for the Dolphins. We're going to take a short break. We'll rejoin you with the second half in about 10 minutes or so. But at halftime, it is the Newcastle Knights leading in the final game of round 18. It's 12 points to nil thanks to those tries to Dylan Lucas and Fletcher Hunt. We'll take a short break and we'll see you again after the break. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to hit like on the video and subscribe on the channel. Hello and welcome back. Apologies, we just had a little technical difficulty there at half time before we jump back in. So we will just fix up a couple of pieces as we go, but we are back underway. The Knights in possession, bring it out to their 30. I'll jump back through the comments in a moment, guys. I do appreciate all of your efforts at half time. Knights work it forward now. Dylan Lucas almost up to halfway on tackle 4. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Not as zoomed in on my head, which makes a bit more sense. Now, big on the NBA, Colin. Watch Doc on Luke Longley. I do know who Luke Longley is. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him at a Sydney Kings game, and I'll let you know, Colin, I'm nearly 6'4", and he made me feel like an absolute dwarf. Amy, good to have you tuning in, getting behind the Knights as well. Great to have everyone tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe. You know the drill, guys. Great to have you tuning in. The Dolphins now. Finifawaki driving into the attacking half on tackle 4. Tackled by Harrison Graham. And get the short ball out to Tom Gilbert. He's almost up to the attacking 40-metre line on tackle 5. Marshall King will send it back. Schneider will kick from 44 out from the line. Put it in the air to Marzu. Marzu bumping around, driving forward. Donahue and Finifawaki tackle him. And now Hunt takes it forward. Dom Young working his way up, wrapped up, pulled out there by Farnworth. That should be 6 more. After he pulled it out one-on-one. That'll be tackle 1. Yes, it went backwards. That's a good call. Tackle 1 just over halfway. Dane Gagai going sideways. Might want to start heading forward. Hey, Wayne, you got the waves happening. Like that. Fins up, getting the Dolphins. See what, the surf was up in Newcastle earlier today. For a little bit of a trip and earlier this morning, and the storms around the east coast. As Jermaine McEwen now goes forward, plays it on the 10, tackle 4. There you go, Sandon Smith, Schneider straight up on him. Can he get the offload away? No, he can't. He's dragged down 14 out. Tackle 5 here, 3 minutes gone. Graham goes to Brown. Brown will roll it in, and that was very anticlimactic grubber. It went about 3 metres off the boot. It was easily dealt with by Trey Fuller. He'll play it 9 out from the line on tackle 1. Jermaine Asako. He's met strongly by Crouch, Frizzell, and Crossland. He'll play 11 out from the line centre field. It's a better run. Nafahu bouncing into the defence. Again, Crouch is in there, as is Harrison Graham. Keep working forward here. Herbie Farnworth. Falling backwards after play. That was definitely forward. Coming out of dummy half. There's no way you could throw that backwards. I was going to say they had to get the call there. It's been dropped. No, it's been dropped by Donahue as the call in the end. But that was a player standing in front of Jeremy Marshall King. And he had to pass it in front of that player to get it to his target. So 4 minutes gone in this second half. All on the line as we get set to see where this can take us. Can the Dolphins strike back? Big thank you to the couple of people who've hit subscribe. 14 more now in total we need to hit that 1,600 magic figure. The Knights, not sure what happened with that scrum there. It broke down. Donahue trying to steal it from Graham. 2 number 14s wrestling for that one. Yeah, Jermaine McEwen showing off his best dance moves. Oh, look great on the dance floor of what was once the Argyle House and Fanny's nightclub in Newcastle. Crossland shooting out of the line. Schneider chops Sandon Smith in half. Feels like there's some real feeling in this one at the moment. Crossland, Crouch driving his way straight through the middle. Keeps pumping the leg. Seb Seward drags him down from behind. Play 15 out here on tackle 4 centre field. Dylan Brown, sharp, gives it on. Dane Gagai dragged down by Herbie Farnworth. 5 metres in from touch. 3 metres out from the line. Gagai will play it back. Sharp at dummy half on tackle 5. Goes to Brown. Floats it up looking for Hunt. Comes off the crossbar. There might have been a knock on in there from the Dolphins. I think there was. Avarillo knocks it forward into a Knights player. Then it goes to ground. The Knights will have another set here. I think Dylan Brown could do that again if he tried. Was perfectly online for a sailing Fletcher Hunt. And just at the last second, you could see it hit the crossbar as Hunt and Schneider were going for it. Avarillo lost it into Lucas. And Seb Sewer came flying across and dived on it. It'll be a Knights scrum here. When do they take it? 5 minutes and 45 seconds gone. They'll take it centre field, 10 out from the line. And they'll get ready to rock and roll here, the Knights. Need to update that scoreboard again. Have trouble getting it out of the scrum. It seems like a pretty straightforward thing. Ball given on here. Fletcher Hunt looking for a second. They'll drive him back into the field of play. We're going to come back for a penalty. Offside from the scrum. So they can have the choice of repacking it if they catch them offside again. That ball is not coming clear. You can see all the Dolphins players were up there putting the pressure on. So the Knights will reset the scrum. Now, almost 7 minutes gone in this first half. Referee White Raymond trying to get them all packed in. The Knights split to the left again. Gilbert makes the tackle on Dylan Brown. Graham at dummy half gives it out to Tyson Frizzell. Spins forward, pushing towards the line. He's brought down almost in line with the black dot, 2 metres out from the line. Marshall King, the man to make the tackle. Now they come to Sandon Smith. He drops Fletcher Sharp back underneath, skips across one, tries to slide his way through between a couple more. Reaches out and just hangs onto the ball, does he? Or has he lost it? No, he's coughed it up, trying to reach for the line. A little bit overexcited there, Fletcher Sharp, and coughs it up. Opportunity goes begging for the Knights. Skipped across there, beat a couple. Donahue and Marshall King sandwich. Donahue bounced out. Trey Fuller's there. As he was about to reach out, he decided better of it, and the contact of Donahue coming a second time knocks it free. So, 8 minutes gone. Dolphins working out of their own red zone now. The Fahu. I don't know what happened there. Jermaine McEwen got sniped. Just fell over. Now they go the short side here. Farmworth, Gagai, and Crouch lock him up. He'll play it now. 36 out from the line. They get the roll on. Nafahu going for another run here. Oh my, that was a shot and a half from McEwen. Just absolutely ripped him off his feet. Now Gilbert. McEwen shoots up on him. Gilbert uses a bit of footwork to get away. Frizzell's there to help out and wrap up the tackle and complete it. Now Fuller trying to slice his way through. Graham. That looked like a forward pass to Nicarima, and that's what the referee will call. He's trying to pop the ball flat and hard at the line. Didn't quite hit the target. Just throws it a little forward. I'll just put some lighting here if we can. It's getting very dark. There we go. It's a little better. Not that you need to see me, but you get the idea. So the Knights will have a scrum feed here. 35 out, 20 in from touch on their right edge. And go across to Smith, who drops it underneath for Crouch. Working forward, and he'll play it on tackle 1. 38 out from the line. Now Dylan Lucas bumps off Brad Schneider. Schneider's thrown to ground. Seb Seward gets the one-on-one stripper as they go to ground, though. Good eyes up rugby league there. Now, working across. Taking it forward is Gilbert. Six more for the Dolphins. Finafawaki winds up off the back fence. Dragged down by Crouch and Frizzell. He'll play it on tackle 1. 27 out from the line, just to the right of centre field. Donahue gives it to Sebastian Sewer. Graham wraps him up. Been a one-on-one special today. There's been about 4 of them as now Lemuelu is dragged down 4 metres short of the line, 22 in from touch on the left side. They go to Donahue at first receiver. He shuffles at the line, gives it on for Schneider. Fuller, hands outside. Isako will get to the corner and he'll get the Dolphins first with millimetres to spare. Jermaine Isako gets the Dolphins on the board after just more than 50 minutes of action. And trail 12 points to 4 with a kick to come. Hands do it there nicely. Greg Marju tried to hit in. That meant Fletcher Hunt was sliding across. Wayne's happy. Finns have got one. Plenty of Dolphins fans in the house. So Jermaine Isako to try and convert his own try. He's taking it back just over 30 metres. And he's a metre in from touch or a little less. 28 minutes still remaining on the clock, so plenty of time in this one. He hits it, curls it out wide to the right. He starts it a long way right. He's not going to bring it back from there. Score remains 12 points to 4. With 28 and a bit minutes remaining. That would have been a monster of a kick to curl it the way he wanted to from that distance. Sako gets the first for the Dolphins, and they're into the ball game now. Great to have you all tuning in. Jump into the comments. Let us know where you're watching from if you haven't already. Always good to have you involved in the conversation. Jermaine Isako, 49 points clear of the next best point scorer in the NRL this season. Nathan Cleary on 149. Jermaine Isako just 2 short of 200. The Knights get us back underway. Isako takes on the full, takes a run down the short side himself, flicks it back inside for Jake Avarillo. Greg Marju will drag him a little. Doesn't get too far with it though. And they're brought down almost on the 30. Now Finifawaki trots across field, chopped by Phoenix Crossland and Harrison Graham. Now Donahue sprinting his way forward. It's hard to believe that when he left Newcastle, he was a very lean, lithe fullback centre half. Now look at him playing as a ball-playing 13. Good run there, Lemuelu bumps off Dylan Brown on first attempt. Brown comes again, wraps him up. It's tackle 5. Schneider will kick to the air. Goes high, creates a contest for Sharp. Farnworth comes down with a still tackle 5. He reaches out. Does he get it down? I don't know whether he did get it down and controlled it. He doesn't seem superbly confident. Referee Wyatt Raymond will send it upstairs as no try. And we'll see where this goes from here. It's all about the grounding. It looked like he took it quite cleanly. Sharp almost overleapt it. Farnworth takes it out of the contest. Graham trying to hold on to him. Young. Just about when he reaches out, does he place it? Oh, he's lost it short of the line. No try. There we go. Nice and easy for you. No try there. So the Knights will get a handover 10 out from their line. And then dodge a bullet there. The Newcastle Knights score remains 12 points to 4. 27 remaining. It's almost tries 2 minutes apart for the Dolphins. Now Dom Young will bring it out. He met strongly. 4 Dolphins in there wrapping him up. Sebastian Silva, Tom Gilbert. Go Donahue. And go to Greg Marju now. He barges it out over the 20. And try to force him back now. Marshall King and Finifawaki. Now Crouch, wrapped up by Sebastian Sewer and Gilbert. Mark is probably not square, but that's okay. The Knights shift wide. Brown for Sharp, for Gagai. Pumping the legs up towards halfway, and he's eventually brought down by Farmworth on halfway. Now they come to Dylan Brown. He gives it on to Crouch. Hopwood's back out there as well now. The two big young boppers. Dylan Brown gives it on here. It'll kick through. Jermaine McEwen with a kicking game. Places it well. Trey Full has to track back and take it just short of his line. Shapes the pass to Ozako. Goes into the line now. Does give it on the outside to Ozako. Eventually tracked down from behind by Dylan Lucas and brought to ground. 22 out from the line. 7 in from touch. Now Avarillo. He's wrapped up really quickly. The Knights straight up onto him. Harrison Graham. Phoenix Crosland. Nafahu takes a run. Runs into Crouch, Hopwood, and McEwen. It's a trio you don't want to run into on a dark night. The Dolphins working it forward. Donahue will play it now on the 40 on tackle 4. Gilbert goes straight in behind the ruck, gets up over halfway, picks up about 15 metres and will play it 5 metres into the attacking half on tackle 5. They go to Schneider. Schneider kicks high, luring Sharp out. Taking the deflection, still tackle 5. It came off the leaping Dolphins player. Marshall King gives it now to Farnworth. Farnworth will be wrapped up on tackle 5, will he? No, he gets the ball out. Comes off the leg of Dylan Brown, does it? No, they're going to say first knock on Dolphins. So it won't matter anyway. I think the Dolphins are going to challenge this. Dolphins have gone looking for everything. A knock on in the contest, high contact, and anything else they can maybe get. So a successful challenge. The knock-on came in the first contest. It came off the forearm of Fletcher Sharp. The Dolphins will get a scrum feed here. So it'll be under 25 minutes remaining. Dolphins get the scrum feed. I'll take this scrum 10 out, 10 in from touch, sorry. 25 out on the right edge, or 24, 23 out. 23 out, we'll say. Asako feeds it. Marshall King goes to Schneider. Schneider out the back to Nicarima. Nicarima short ball looking for the power of Farnworth. McEwen's got to be careful coming through and collecting Nicarima as he passes. Farnworth will play it 13 out from the line, just to the left of the uprights. Gilbert will take it forward. He's met by Crouch, Hopwood. 8.5 metres out, centre field. They keep coming to the right. Donahue drops it underneath for Seb Sewer. Sewer will be wrapped up again. Crouch locks him in and he plays it 8 from the line on tackle 3. Almost a similar spot. And then the pass goes out the back. Farnworth picks up the crumbs. They keep working it forward. He's brought down 11 out from the line, just to the left of the uprights now. They're churning it through the middle. Donahue takes it forward himself. He's brought down 7 out from the line, in line with the right post. They go out the back here. Schneider, hands on. Trey Fuller decides to try and go through. Kicks it, and it will go touching goal too heavy. Margie will race back to try and take it for a 20-metre restart. Could have been a lot better use there on the last tackle. A chance to hand, and it certainly didn't pay off. Marju reversing into the defence in the end, and Jerry Marshall King brings him down for tackle 0 on the 30. Now Dom Young comes in from his wing, bounces out of the first one, then runs into Dane Gagai, which takes him down before Farnworth can get to him. Only picks up 3 metres. Now McEwen slicing through, gets past Seb Sewer. Gilbert takes him. They come across to the left. Sandon Smith gives it on. Hotwood up to halfway on tackle 3. Gets a good quick play the ball. Harrison Graham gets out. Dylan Lucas on the short side. Pushing forward, making another 15 or so metres. He'll play at 35 from the line. 15 in from touch. Graham, Smith, Crossland. On to Brown now. Sharps on the outside. They've got numbers if they can use them. Gagai, well read by Nafahu. Got up quickly. And now that help arrives. And he'll wrap up Gagai on tackle 5. 10 in from touch. 26 out from the line. Dylan Brown goes to the line. Just flicks it up off the toe. Fletcher Hunt. They let the ball bounce. Hunt bats it back. Sandon Smith needs to get the ball out. Gets it to Fletcher Hunt now. Hunt fires it wide. Bounce past to Greg Marziu. The whistle's gone here. I'm going to say forward pass, I think, from Fletcher Hunt. That's an intriguing call for that forward pass, I'll have to say. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I've seen worse ones be let go today and certainly throughout the season. As Nafahu now is brought down. That's tackle 2, 24 out from his line. Tackle 3, Gilbert's dragged down. Oh, apologies, that's Knowles back out there. Now, Donahue gets it to the outside. Avarillo gets past Sandon Smith. Chasing down. They got options inside. Donahue gets the ball. Dom Young coming across. Donahue racing for the corner. And the former Newcastle junior scores for the Dolphins. Looks certain that Marziu would score, and then immediately down the other end, the Dolphins strike back 12 points to 8 with a kick to come. Kurt Donahue gets across the stripe. Avarillo did a lot of the lead-up work here, and Harrison Graham tried to get across in cover. Dylan Lucas chasing down. Donahue gets to the corner. Wayne's up and about. Well, what a game we've got on our hands now. Still 21 minutes to go. Donahue, the junkyard dog, gets it done. Sixth try of his career, not heading up towards 50 games now, Kurt Donahue. Went to the Dolphins on a training trial. An upgraded development contract and eventually became a member of the full-time squad under Wayne Bennett. Has never looked back. So now Jermaine Asako brings this one back 28 metres. He's 8 in from touch. Loves to bring him a long way back, Jermaine. Can he bring it back to a 2-point margin? Starts this one out a little straighter. Finds the inside of the post and drops over. I thought he'd overcorrected there. 12 points to 10. It's a 2-point ball game. Top 4 berth on the line. Winner of this game will sit in the top 4 at the end of the round. Loser will not. That's where it's at the moment. He's happy, man, Wayne. Let us know who you're cheering for. Let us know who your team is. Maybe it's one of the teams that's not playing today. Get into those comments. Let us know. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel as well. Help us close in on that 1,600 milestone. We try and grow this platform that we are building. We need 10 more subscribers now. We could get there in the next day or two if we go well. Jermaine Asako hits the 200-point margin, 200-point tally for the season. Second fastest to ever get there, equal with Nathan Cleary. He got there in 16 games. Andrew Johns holds the record in the Knights NRL Premiership season, the last Premiership season in 2001. Did it in 15. Quite phenomenal when you think about what that represents in terms of total points per game for a player. You get there in 15 games. 12 points a game gets you to 180. So it's just over 13 points a game, almost 13.5 points a game. As Margie takes this on the full. And he's brought down 17 out from his line. They come the short side with Fletcher Hunt. Schneider wraps him low. He'll play at 25 out from the line, 10 in from touch on the left edge. Now, Tom Cant out there, the fourth of the changes used by Justin Holbrook. Dolphins at this stage still have one more they can use. As Jermaine McEwen pushes forward and the rain starts to pour down in Newcastle. Dylan Brown hoists it to the heavens into that rain. Trey Fuller takes it, falls back, and is happy just to surrender himself to Dane Gagai there. He'll play it just inside his 20 on tackle 1. And Afahu gets caught, compressed up. Can make it 3 metres, wrapped up by Cant and Hopwood on tackle 2. Jermaine Asako, it is looking slippery and greasy very quickly here. This will be an interesting finish. Tackle 3. Now they're up over the 30, with Finifawaki almost up to the 40. Kuli Kefu reversing into the defence in the end to try and get where he needed to. Knowles hands it on. Looks like Molo is it out there now, back out onto the field. Is indeed. Schneider kicks down into the corner. Sharp, cautious taking it on. Spins out of the tackle of Knowles, but Schneider and Donahue arrive and wrap him up. Now, Hunt runs into Molo. He's picked up and driven back to the 20. Hard to get traction and running into those big bodies. And John Finian Ganofo comes on to make his NRL debut. He will be the final change for the Dolphins as Christian Wolf looks to find some spark into this game. Big frame in the middle. I think a big frame. Jermaine McEwen driving his way forward. He's brought down 2 metres short of the 40. 8 in from touch on tackle 4 on that right edge. Dylan Brown goes across. Sanders Smith, very flat ball to Dylan Lucas. Too flat, says the referee. It was forward. I thought that to the naked eye. And here's an opportunity for the Dolphins. 12 points to 10. Under 17 minutes remaining. You can see what they were trying to execute here. And Sanders Smith just, yeah, that was definitely forward. He threw it on about a 30-degree angle in the end. The Dolphins start this set 40 out from the line. 16.5 minutes to go. Who takes it from here, crew? Let us know in the comments. Who's going to be the player to break this open? Jermaine Asako gets the fend on Fletcher Hunt. Hunt comes again with Sandon Smith, and they wrap him up, and he slides to 5 in from touch, 35 out from the line. Schneider gives it to Finifawaki. Trying to get the offload free. Croker wraps him up, drags him down just short of the 30 with the help of Tom Cant. Now, in at dummy half is Finian Ganofo. It's a mouthful to say. Another debutant, always good for the NRL. Finian Ganofo gets out of dummy half. Pushes it across. That'll be Farmworth wrapped up here on tackle 4. 17 from the line, just to the left of the uprights. Donahue gives it on to Molo. That pass has gone forward from Kurt Donahue. I don't think I've seen as many forward passes called an NRL game in recent memory. That one was, yeah, I would have been okay with that one being let go. But here we are. So, 15 minutes remaining. The Knights working out of their own end here. When the Dolphins offside this time, Gagai gets out there. Farmworth drags him down by the back of the jersey, swings him around, but no, they were offside. The Knights, with this being in their defensive end, will kick for touch. So, moving forward, here go the Knights. Working up inside the 30. Big, strong tackle from Molo here on tackle 2. Yeah, she just wanders in and out, Colin. She's A dog of convenience. She'll come in when she wants something. I should be out with my wife watching on the couch, watching some telly. Dylan Brown pushing forward here. He's brought down 14 out from the line on tackle 4. You should see when we try and get the camera out to take a photo of the dog she knows, and she'll go into hiding. Hopwood will play it now. Centre field, just to the left of the uprights, tackle 5. Sandon Smith kicks it just laterally. Oh, no, that's a poor kick. Farnworth now racing away. Sharp will get hold of him, and they'll drag him down. Not quite sure what he thought he was doing there, Sandon Smith. Didn't even roll it in behind, whether he just missed the drop or what happened. Now Brad Schneider looking for runners. There wasn't anyone present. He ends up finding Avarillo, who's brought down by Hunt. Lucas completes the tackle, and on tackle 2, the Dolphins already up to halfway. 13 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. Nafahu's been really strong, I thought, so far today. Coming in and taking opportunity in that back line. Coming in for Bostock. They get 6 more here as Knowles goes forward, brought down by Cant. They'll play it 32 out from the line. They get it out of dummy half and go to Molo. Finian Ganoffo gets there and gives it on to Donahue now. Donahue to Nicarima. Nicarima. We've got a high tackle here. Dolphins surely will take the 2 points to level this up. They're at 14 out just to the left of the uprights against Jermaine McEwen. Phoenix Crossland and Dane Gagai trying to have conversations with the referee here. Dane Gagai just coming out and asking the question about the 6 again. Wants to know what he's supposed to do if the player's still fighting. The referee, Wyatt Raymond, said, if I've called held, well, you need to let him go. It's as simple as that. You can't take him to ground after that. So Zarko here to make him take himself to 202 career points and pull the Dolphins level here. 202 season points, I should say, not career points. He's got plenty more than that. Next best for the season, Nathan Cleary, 149, and Jake Clifford, 130. So he's got 50% more than Clifford and 33% more than Cleary. He hits it, and it's 12 all. Well, this one's going to come down to the wire. Great to have you all tuning in, guys. Jump into those comments. Let us know where you're watching from and who you think takes it out from here. Don't be shy. Get involved in the conversation. Let us know. Colin's tips have gone to shit this week, he tells us. So who else has anyone had a good week with the tips? You're absolutely a Nostradamus, or you tip some really left field stuff. Professional foul given 10. Yeah. Optimistic, Wayne. Take the penalty. Enjoy the fact that it's 12 all. Sharp kicks long. Looks like the rain's eased a little here. Asako takes it on the full. Gives it to Molo, who, that's a good tackle. Matt Croker just chops him in half from the side. Finian Ganafo gives it out here for Trey Fuller, who, despite being diminutive, is dragging McEwen and Cant for a run. Now they get out of dummy half, a little bobble there as they push forward from Knowles. He'll play it on tackle 4, just outside the 30. That's a good run there. Is that Lemuelu? It is. He'll take it almost up to halfway. That will be tackle 4, sorry. Now Donahue. Up to the 40. Frizzell wraps him up. That's tackle 5, just short of the attacking 40. Schneider now. Go to the air. You wonder at what point, if teams get close enough, they'll look at field goals. Fletcher Hunt takes this one, now races across field. Bounces back inside Knowles. Nolo slipped over as he was racing up. Sandon Smith at dummy half. Greg Marzio has to pull up to take that. Finian Ganolfo tries for strong contact on Marzio. And Marzio will play just outside the 20. Now Dom Young driving his way forward. Good post-contact meters. He keeps on marching those legs. The big, long, rangy legs of Dom Young. 32 out, 18 in from touch. Matt Croker now winding up, and they get underneath him and drag him down just short of the 40. That was Finian Ganolfo there. He's got a good tackling technique, nice and low, the nuggety man. A 40-20 attempt from Phoenix Crossland. I tell you what, he's got all the angle on it, and he's nailed it. It's a 40-10. Phoenix Crossland out of dummy half. Beautiful work, and that is absolutely clutch for the Knights. What about that? This comes out of dummy half just inside the 40. Stabs it down. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. 3rd bounce into touch. The Knights will get this 10 metres out from the line. Phoenix absolutely nails it. Frizzell now will take this forward. He'll be held by Finian Ganoffo and Donahue. 5 from the line, just to the right of the uprights. Dylan Brown, Sandon Smith. Gives it to Fletcher Hunt. He's brought down 5 out from the line. 15 in from touch on the left edge. Sharp comes in a dummy half, scoops it and goes. They give it off to Tom Cant now. That'll be tackle 3, centre field. Still 8.5 minutes remaining. Might be a bit early to be looking at field goals. They swing it to the right. Dylan Brown, nothing presenting. Goes back to the left. Shapes up and surrenders himself at the line. He'll be brought down to the right of the uprights. 9 out. And he'll play it here on tackle 4. Now they go to Tom Cant. Tom Cant on for Sandon Smith. Fletcher Sharp. Fletcher Hunt. Gives it to Greg Marziu. Greg Marziu goes into touch though. That's tackle 5. And he goes into touch, so it's not going to matter though. Jerry Marshall King back onto the field now. Didn't have much room to work with here, Marziu, but Isako did great work. Tried to throw the flick pass, but he's already in touch. The Dolphins have got to go 90. Fahu is dragged down. 13 out from his line on tackle 1. Now Farnworth drives it forward. Croker drags him down here with Frizzell. Played on tackle 2 on the 20-metre line. Now Knowles. Crossland, Croker, Frizzell, and Lucas all in there on tackle 3. 28 out from the line. They're creeping their way forward. Molo skips over a diving play. Gets the offload away for Marshall King. Croker couldn't quite reach him. Donahue's there. He'll play at 45 out from the line now on tackle 4. They go to the right-hand side with Schneider. He takes it forward. He'll play it now on tackle 5, just into the attacking half. Nicarima's on the short side. Goes to the air. He's going to test out Fletcher Sharp. He's very casual underneath that. And he'll work forward. And he'll play this 18 out from the line on tackle 1. They go to Dom Young now. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. Dom Young ducks under an arm of Jeremy Marshall King. Probably good for the Dolphins that he did. Now they go to Gagai. Dolphins surging forward in numbers in defence, trying to pin the Knights in their own end. That's tackle 3, 28 from the line. Marju charging forward. Brought down. Marshall King and Knowles. Crossing into dummy half. Gives it on. Sandon Smith. Dylan Brown. Gives it outside for Sharp. Carves his way back through the middle. Gets past Donahue. Pins the ears. Fletcher Sharp and his ankle tap there. What about the work there from Lemuelu on tackle 5? They go the short side here. 32 out from the line. Dylan Brown flicks it up over the top. Looking for Dom Young. Oh, up in the contest, and he spilled it there as Tavita Nafahu's knocked it on. Trey Fuller says that the Knights have touched it first. I think the Dolphins are going to try and challenge this, are they? Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate that, mate. Our visitor back, Colin. So the Knights have a scrum. 10 out from the line here. 5 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. So they sweep players to the right now. They were all set to the left. Dylan Brown gets through the line, gives it off. Dane Gagai pops under a tackle. They're all scrambling here. Molo gets there. That's tackle 1. And he'll play it 3 out from the line. 8 to the right of the uprights. They go across Sandon Smith, Dylan Lucas. Everyone got a little bit lost and flat there. Lucas pumps the legs. Lucas will play it now 3 out from the line. 4 to the left of the uprights. Now Smith. And what point do they just set for the point? They go to Sharp back underneath. We're inside the final 5 minutes here. Sharp will straighten this up. And he'll play it 4 short of the line. 6 to the right of the uprights. Now Matt Croker just dropped back under the ruck. He'll play it on tackle 4, 1.5 meters from the line. They go back now. Dylan Brown took it. Sandon Smith not going to be on for the field goal. Oh, he slipped. He's been sniped. That'll be tackle 5. Can Dylan Brown get back into position for a drop goal? Brown from 20 out, takes it, hits the shot. It looks pretty good. And he gets it. Dylan Brown, the Knights lead 13-12. Still 4 and a bit minutes to play. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Can the Dolphins come back? That was cool as a cucumber, Dylan Brown. Perfectly hit straight down the middle. Never in doubt. In the rain, just to the left of the uprights, and he slots that to give them the lead, but still plenty of time to play out in this one. You expect the Dolphins will go short on the kickoff. First career field goal for Dylan Brown. How about that? You wouldn't have known. Cool as a cucumber. So Jermaine Asako will go for the short kickoff. Don't know if that travelled 10. No, it didn't, says referee Wyatt Raymond. It's going to completely go across the plane of the 10-metre line. The Dolphins have challenged this. This is ridiculous. It's a tough one, this one. It's going to be the camera angle. I can't see the Dolphins winning this. Challenge inconclusive, so it will remain, but the Dolphins will retain their challenge. There was no way you were going to overturn that with it being so tight, camera angles, etc., of whether or not it broke the plane of the 10 metres. The Knights will kick for touch here. They'll take their time walking down. 3 minutes 45 remains. And Gagai will take the tap here. On the 30. Tom Cant. Wrapped up and brought to ground. 12 in from touch on the 20-metre line. He plays it on tackle 1. Dylan Brown gives it off. Tyson Frizzell. He'll play it now 14 out from the line to the right of the uprights. If you're the Knights, you pop another one. That's Crouch. He'll play it 13 out from the line, just to the left of the uprights this time. They just keep punching down the middle channels. Matt Croker driving forward. He's brought down by Finafawaki and Trey Fuller. 5 out from the line centre field. Exactly centre field, in line with the black dot. Sandon Smith now gives it on for Tom Cant, who bumps out of Felice Kafusi. He's driving forward to the line. Can he get there? He's just short. Half a metre short, just inside the right upright. Crossland. Dylan Brown gives it on. Out the back, Dylan Lucas. Fletcher Hunt. Greg Marziu. He's happy to chew up some time here. Gets the ball away again. Dylan Brown's had a little knock on there. So the Dolphins with 2.5 minutes start this set, 15 out from their line. Azarko. They need a 2-point field goal to hit the lead. 1 point to go to Golden Point. 2 minutes 20. They play it on their 20. Felice Kafusi runs into Frizzell, Cant and Crossland. He's 27 out from his line. Just to the left of centre field. Marshall King out of dummy half. Donahue on for Schneider. They try to get to the outside. Trey Fuller. Now Avarillo. Hunt will drag him across towards the sideline on the 40-metre line. He'll play it on tackle 3. 5 in from touch and 4 in from touch on the 40. Now Finafawaki carts it forward heavily. Just under 2 minutes remaining. This is coming down to the wire. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you could hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Help us get towards our target of 1,600. Schneider, Nicarima. Farnworth gets the flick back out the back to Nicarima. Back infield to Schneider. Working back across to the right. Marshall King gives it to Trey Fuller. They're all standing, looking, hoping for someone else to do it. Then it's pushed out the back. They're going back behind halfway. Schneider. So tackle 4. He goes to ground here. Wrapped up by Lucas and Crossland. 44 out from his line. They just lost about 15 metres on that ruck. Now they go. Marshall King, Nicarima out the back to Fuller. Fuller gets the fend. Fends Gagai off. Connolly Lemuelu is brought to ground. And the Knights, the ball goes out, but the tackle 5 will be called. They're going to say it's a knock on anyway. And the Knights will be in absolutely no rush here with just over a minute remaining. They'll look to just complete this set and kick for touch. The referee stops the clock at 1:02. This one's coming down to the wire as it sits live on the ladder. This win will lift the Knights up to 4th place. They'll leapfrog the Sharks and the Dolphins into the top 4 at the end of round 18. Dom Young takes his time to play the ball on tackle 1. Dane Gagai is going to be slow to his feet here. Tackle 2. He'll play it with 41 seconds remaining on the clock. Marzu now drives his way forward. They'll be very wary of the one-on-one strip. He'll play it with 32 on the clock. Tackle 3, just short of the 40. Now Hopwood is brought down by Donahue. He's happy to try and chew the clock down. 24 seconds on the clock that's tackle 4. Tyson Frizzell just happy to chew up some time here. Driving forward. Dylan Brown behind him. Crossland will go to Tom Cant. Tom Cant will look to run it back infield. Happy to chew it up. Happy to slow it down. There's 5 seconds on the clock. The Dolphins will get one play the ball here. And here they go. Donahue. Oh, he's had a shocker. He's kicked. Schneider's offside, though, I would have thought. He goes back to Greg Marzu. Greg Marzu will wander through the middle until someone finally tackles him. He goes to ground. Kurt Donahue, he'd love to have that kick over again. But the Knights win a clutch, tight victory, 13 points to 12. And there it is. They take 2 points and climb up to 4th on the ladder. The Dolphins will slip back to 5th. The Sharks to 6th. And the top 8 at the end of the round will be Panthers, Warriors, Roosters, Knights, Dolphins, Sharks, Seagulls and Rabbitohs. What about that for a result? Great to have you all along for the ride. Make sure if you haven't already, please hit like on the video. It helps us to grow our platform. And hit subscribe on the channel. And then 8 more subscribers to get to that 1,600. So it'd be great if we get a couple more here to end this one. As always, a big thank you to you for tuning in. We'll see you again soon on another one of our live watch-alongs. But there it is, the Knights 13, thanks to tries to Dylan Lucas and Fletcher Hunt, 2 goals to Sandon Smith, and a field goal to Dylan Brown with 4 minutes on the clock. Jermaine Asako got a try, Kurt Donahue got a try. Asako got 1 penalty goal and 1 from 2 conversion attempts. Thanks again. We'll see you soon on another one of our live watch-alongs. We'll be back tomorrow night, Australian time, with the Australian basketball side up against the Philippines. But until then, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again soon on another one of our live watch-alongs. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy your footy.